Aloha everyone, I'm Lauren from Marion, Hawaii, and today we have Kahu Brutus La Benz and here with us today. And just to introduce all of our officiants with us, welcome.
Aloha.
Thank you so much for being here, and we'll just get right into it. So tell us a fun fact about you.
Fun fact. Well, this is fun. I am one of the spokespersons for Kono Brewing Company. So if you do see a handsome, striking dude playing ukulele on a commercial, yep, that's me.
That is very fun. Okay, or if we see you at the grocery store also.
Oh, that's right. There's some cutouts.
Yes.
Those aren't embarrassing at all.
Yes. I know. It's always fun to like go to the grocery store like, hey, there you go. So tell us, how did you get into wedding officiating?
I got into wedding officiating. I believe it was 2010. I the high school that I went to, Punahou, has a annual carnival that all the alumni either participate in or like to go to, and because it's got food you reminisce on from high school days.
Nobody's heard of
And
it.
and yeah, so I went there, like, I was very focused. I was like, I'm getting a euro, I'm getting a Terry cheeseburger, and then I'm out of there. I gotta go back to work or whatever. And um, I ran into a classmate of mine and his I didn't realize at the time fiance, and they were a little inebriated, just a little bit. And they were like, "What are you doing in October or August?" And I'm like, "I have no idea. That's months from now. This is February." And they're like, "Well, we're getting married." I was like, "Oh man, congratulations!" And we shared some celebratory hugs, and then they're like, "Okay, so what? You think you could come?" I was like, "Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely gonna come." He's like, "Okay, so we actually want you to marry us." So what? They're like, "No, for real, we want you to marry us." Like, what? Why? No, please just do it. I was like, "Okay, drunk people, I'll do it." And yeah, just totally forgot about that. The next morning, my friend calls me up, and he was just like, "Hey man, we were kind of serious about that. I know we were really drunk, but we do want you to marry us." And I was like, "Oh my goodness." So yeah, so that's kind of what started me on this path of doing weddings. So thank you to the Valencias.
Wow. I wonder if they hadn't run into you, if that would still be happening.
I know, right? I don't
So what would you say your officiating style is?
know. Okay, for my style, I don't think you can nail it down in one word, so I'm just gonna try to describe it. Uh, it's very Hawaii environment uh, and culturally influenced. I wouldn't call it a Hawaiian, a quote unquote Hawaiian wedding ceremony. Those were very traditional and very filled with strict protocols and yeah, stuff that people don't really associate with the modern idea of a wedding today. And so, but yeah, I do some cultural things. I dance hula and um, for my work too, kind of like a conservation, environmental conservation kind of approach towards land stewardship. And so really try to incorporate different elements from our environment here in Hawaii into anybody's ceremony. So yeah, I don't know how I would sum that up in one or two words.
Okay,
So oh well.
that was perfect. If you could describe your ideal wedding ceremony, what would it be like?
My ideal wedding ceremony. Well, I don't think I'm getting married anytime soon, so I don't know what my ceremony would look like. But actually, I do know. I have a mentor on Kauai. His name is Kelvin Ho, and he's kind of like my mentor, dad, friend. I don't know, friend, dad, brother, mentor. Yeah, I don't know what to call him. He's just been such a blessing and solid foundation in my growth in weddings and ceremony, spiritually. So, you know, Whenever I do get married, I definitely know I want him doing it. But and he really brings. I call him the poetry man. And, so yeah, he always finds a way to make people cry. The happy tears. So yeah. And I don't know if that rubs off in me in my ceremonies, but um, I think I definitely do my best to try to connect to the couple. And so yeah, any ceremony where the officiant who either has been longtime friends with or has no interaction previous with a couple, if we can find some way to connect, then I think it'll be a beautiful ceremony no matter what.
Well said. Well said. Um, are you flexible in working with couples on their script or incorporating different elements into the ceremony?
Yeah, for sure. It's to me, I guess what I do is very non-denominational. I should have said that earlier. But so there's no right or wrong answer per se. And if it's what you want and it's your vision, yeah, then yeah, well, I'm gonna be able to help make that happen. I don't necessarily have a script that I haven't written down uh, the exact words of what I'm gonna say every time. I almost as an actor, sometimes when things are too scripted, it doesn't come off as genuine. And so I really love um, what the spirit moves within me and within the couple to say to each other outside of their own vows. If they choose to write their own vows, I absolutely love when couples write their own vows for one another. But yeah.
Yeah, when they write their own vows, it is pretty awesome
Yeah, you get to know them more, I think.
for sure. Um, what is the most unusual thing that you were asked to do as part of a wedding ceremony?
Hmm. Oh, okay. I'm gonna throw a shout out to some friends of mine, Brooke and Liesel. They got married on I think it was Halloween. And if it wasn't Halloween, they just really like getting dressed up in costumes. and so and so everyone, their family, friends, everybody who came had a costume of sort on, or had a theme at least, or something like that. Families came as dressed as a theme, or people just came in superhero costumes. It was really very unusual, but fun. And I went as Palaka Man. so so Palaka, if you're not from Hawaii, right, is what is the word they use in English for it? Almost
Like
like gingham or
gingham,
something.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, like a gingham cloth, that pattern material, that checkerboarded, and in Hawaii we call that palaka. And yeah, we make mostly shirts and sometimes shorts out of it. And so I just did this whole what we call kalakoa. I just made every different color that I had. I wore different colors, and then to top it all off, I actually had my friend sew me a happy coat for bon dance, for Japanese bon dance. So I have a brown palaka happy coat. So I use that as my ministerial robes for the day. So yeah, that was fun. It was a fun and unusual, yeah, wedding.
That definitely sounds it.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to bust out that brown coat for the bond dances one day.
Well, when COVID is done and we can have maybe next summer we can have bon dance again.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, shucks.
Um, if you're not officiating weddings, where can we find you and what would you be doing?
Oh boy. So I work full time, of course, for the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. I'm a land manager there, basically kind of like a steward of the land, really. And as I was mentioning earlier, we were very conservation and cultural lens is the way that we view land management and land stewardship for our lands here in Hawaii, and in particular the pieces of property that I take care of or help to manage have some very significant cultural sites, or very old traditional cultural sites on it, that we try to protect, preserve, and in some cases enhance. So yeah, so that's a full-time job with the state, and so I'm doing that a lot. Um, Otherwise, yeah, dancing hula or playing music with friends or going to Kaho'olawe. And then outside of that too, I have a daughter who's going to be 5 at the end of December. So try to spend as much time with her. Um, and yeah, we have fun.
Five, time flies.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your favorite Oahu restaurant of the moment?
At the moment, I cannot just pick one. Oh man, people ask you, what's your favorite artist? Like, I don't have a favorite. I have like a top 10. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna break rule. I'm gonna go with these days I love going to Kuhio Grill Kaimuki, Sakana Grill in Kalihi. And I haven't been back to this place in a while, but my watering hole, I guess, was Shinshote and Any Place Lounge. So those, yeah, those four there. I gave you four. Sorry, four for the price of one.
Okay. What is your favorite Oahu beach? And it doesn't have to be for a wedding.
Hmm. I don't know that I have a favorite Oahu beach. Uh, However, I will say that, and it tends to be crowded, but the water is always nice for children, and that's where I would take my daughter a lot, especially when she was younger, like 2, 3 years old, 4 years old. Is down by the natatorium. What do we call it over there?
Um,
I always call it natatorium.
yeah,
But what is the
don't,
other word?
I
I'm
don't
blanking on
know.
the
Yeah, I'm trying to think too what it's called.
blanking on the other word everybody call them. But
Um,
yeah, next to Kapiolani Park,
yeah, yeah.
right across the street there is a small little strip of sand, but the water is nice. It doesn't get too wavy, and it's great for kids. So
Okay.
yeah, a lot of memories there of hanging out with my daughter. So yeah,
Um, any advice that you have for newly engaged couples?
newly engaged. Yeah, sure. I guess what I've witnessed or experienced, with friends, my friends when they get engaged, it kind of becomes everybody's responsibility to help them with planning. So and I can see how stressful it is for the close friends, the immediate family, even the extended friends who you're tapping favors from, etc., whatever. It's just breathe. I think just really don't feel like you need to rush through planning. Uh, don't be afraid to ask for help, ask for advice from those friends, especially if you're unsure about certain things or you're unclear on the vision. But yeah, really, I think really rely on those people in your life to help you cultivate your vision and make it come true for that very special day. So yeah, I would say that's my only advice. Just breathe, yeah, breathe through it. Try not to stress yourself or anybody else out, and yeah, try to enjoy the process.
Very good. Any must try, must see, must go to places on Oahu for those visiting?
Well, I mean, of course, right off the top of my head, I feel like if you're coming to Oahu, then you might as well check out the Kona Brewing Company pub in Hawaii Kai, Koko Head Marina. Um, and actually, Hawaii Kai is the more traditional name for that area is Mauna Lua. And so there's actually a couple of things you can try out when you go that way. You can go for a hike on Kohelepe Lepe or Coco Crater, what they call that, yeah, or check out Hanauma Bay on Ihilauakea. That's the other pu'u over there. So that's the two Maunas, the two Mauna Lua, two Maunas. And after you're hot, sweaty, and tired, and you're refreshing the sea, yeah, Kona Brewing Company is right there. You can enjoy a nice slice of pizza or their pizza rolls and poke, and then they have like all the flavors and more because they got these like backyard batches that you can only get whenever they make it and whenever they serve it. And so yeah, I would say definitely you gotta try that. You gotta hit that place up, and especially if you love beer and pizza.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so any last words? Anything you'd like to share with anyone out there?
Hmm, an open platform. No. Uh, I think I'm just gonna echo back to what I kind of said earlier. Like, try to enjoy the process and bring in the people closest to you to enjoy that process with you, because when you think about it, ideally, right, you're only gonna get married once. Or if this is your second time around, what is the better way you want to do it this time? Or how is how are you gonna make it more meaningful, and the whole process. How am I going to bring in the folks I love and make them feel a part of it, or honor them for helping me grow in a certain way that I can love myself and love another person so much that I can take this step with another human. It's like so I'm just gonna say, and especially because of this COVID time and how much we have to isolate from one another, we can't be with our loved ones, we can't touch them, hug them, love on them the way we're used to. So if you're getting hitched or engaged during these times, then you know how tough it can be without your friends and family. So yeah, so really just like I said, try to enjoy the process as best as possible. Infuse it with as much aloha as possible. That way, the whole journey of getting married becomes a memorable event, not just the ceremony itself. But yeah, I think I would say that.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kahu Brutus. Appreciate connecting with you here today.
Thank you, Lauren. Always so much aloha for you. Mahalo for all that you do.
Thank you. Can't wait to catch up with you soon.
Yep, indeed.
All right.
Okay.
Aloha.
Aloha.